So, YouTubers have Q&As when they run out of ideas, and booktubers have book tags. Hello guys, it's me, and today we are doing a book tag, the book sacrifice tag. I'm going to be given 4 scenarios, and basically it's me like having to destroy a book just with a different scenario attached to it. And yeah, that's the video. You see? So if you don't know what a book tag is because you're not into booktube that much or you think they're boring or whatever, I totally get that. A book tag is basically they'll ask you questions and then you respond with your answer with a book. Like your answer is a book. Like what's for the unpopular opinions book tag, like they'll be like what's your least favorite book and why. It's basically an excuse to talk about books, okay? That's all you need to know. So the first scenario I will read aloud. An overhyped book. Let's start this off with a zombie apocalypse. Alright? Let's say you are in a bookstore, just browsing when BAM! Zombie attack. An announcement comes over the PA system saying that the military has discovered that the zombies' only weakness is overhyped books, because that's realistic. So, what book that everyone else says is amazing, but you really hated, do you start chucking at the zombies knowing that it will count as an overhyped book and successfully wipe them out? Okay, so for me, this book is Becoming a Mara Dyer by Michelle Hodkins. Everyone on BookTube and their mother and their mother's mother and their mother's mother's grandma knows what this book is, because I remember, I think it was last year, like early last year, people were talking so much about this book, saying how great it was and how like it was really eerie and spooky. And I read this book. It's not scary at all. If you are a scaredy cat, like a really big scaredy cat, then I guess so, but the cover just doesn't cover what the book's about. Like, really, it's about a weird relationship with her and this guy named Noah, and it's like, it's just really weird. Like, and things don't really make sense. We have, I think, if I can remember correctly, it's like an unreliable narrator, and this is a trilogy. There are 2 other books, and that's not even including the series that Noah Shaw, the love interest, has on his own, which people have been really mad about. They say it's more like fan fiction than books. So, but I honestly didn't like this book. It's one of my, I think, I didn't hate it, but I didn't like love it. It's definitely overhyped. I don't recommend it just because it's kind of average, to be quite honest. Okay, the next scenario, the second one, is a sequel, which makes sense because it's number 2. I wonder if they did that on purpose. Okay, let's say you've just left the salon with a smashing new haircut. I can relate. I can't. And boom! Torrential downpour. I don't know what torrential means, but okay. What sequel are you willing to use as an umbrella to protect yourself? Okay, well, if you wanted to use a book to protect yourself, you'd need one of those fashion books. If you've seen them in the bookstores, they're like giant books and they're all fashion. They're really expensive, but they're really cool. I would use one of those, but it's a sequel. And I have to say, no! The cover came off. Gemina by, I don't even know. Oh, Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. Okay, I have a lot of salt towards this book because I loved Illuminae. And this is a sequel, companion novel to that. It's so cool. Like, inside there's like, it's in document form, and the cover's like really cool because then you put this on. Stuff is scratched out for secret documents. Like, the formatting is phenomenal. Love it. I recommend Illuminae. People have been talking about the third book, Obsidio, and that came out I think late last year, and honestly I didn't want to read it because Gemina just left a really bad taste in my mouth. It was just full of salt, and I'm full of salt about it because I feel like it was the same thing as Illuminae, just different characters and different names. Like, that's it. It felt so similar that it was kind of just sad. It just wasn't okay. That's why it's blue, is because it's sad, okay? So I would definitely use this. I'm glad I didn't buy this with my own money. I told my mom, like, I really want this for Christmas, and I got this for Christmas. And I'm glad I didn't spend my own money on it because I just can't get over how it kind of ruined the series for me. But Illuminae, fantastic. Also, I've heard that the audiobook's really cool because it's like a full cast, and they have like, they're on a spaceship, so I would think that like, it's like they're on a spaceship and they need to get to this other point before this other spaceship because that spaceship would kill the people on the other spaceship. It's like that. That's kind of sounds boring, but it's way more complex than that. But anyway, this dropped the ball for me, and I'm not sorry that I will be, wait, what am I supposed to do? Oh, I'm supposed to like use it as an umbrella, see, and it has the little smooth cover, so like it would be perfect, okay? Alright, number 3, okay, a classic. Let's say you're in a lecture and your English teacher is going on and on about how this class changed the world, how it revolutionized literature, and you get so sick of it that you chuck the classic right at his face because you know what? This classic is stupid and it's worth detention just to show everyone how you feel. Okay, I wouldn't do that. I mean, I don't like classics, but I don't think I'd chuck it at the person, at the teacher's face. Just a thought, you know. What classic did you chuck? So, I guess in this scenario, if I'm, you know, gonna get suspended for throwing a book at a teacher, or get detention or whatever, man, sorry, that scenario just bothers me. Okay, so what I do is Fahrenheit 451 and the Scarlet Letter. And yes, I have 2 answers. And yeah, Fahrenheit 451, I had to read it like this year for my English class, like this semester. And like, it's one of those books where it takes the moral of the story and just kind of attaches characters where they constantly are talking about the moral of the story. The moral of the story, I just thought it was poorly done. I think that there's a lot of cool aspects to this book. It's just not my cup of tea, and I think it reads very bleh. It's boring, nothing really happens, and there's not even really a resolution at the end. So, that's great. And my other one's the Scarlet Letter. It's all beaten up because, you know, it's gone to school and I had to read out of it every day. What the heck? My bookmark's in here. It's so cute. Okay, so basically this book, if you don't know, is about this woman who commits adultery, and in her village they make her wear a red A on her breast to like every day for the rest of her life, so because of what she did, you know, being an adulterer or whatever. Boring. Characters are boring. It's basically, the writing's boring. I just think it's plain trash. And you can come at me. I don't like, I have more respect for this book than Fahrenheit 451 because it does have historical significance. But so, for our 4th scenario, we're gonna do your least favorite book of life. Let's say that you're hanging out at the library when, bam, global warming explodes and the world outside becomes a frozen wasteland. You're trapped and your only chance for survival is to burn a book. What is the book you first run to? Your least favorite book of all life. What book do you not fully regret lighting? Okay. That got violent really fast. But I do have an answer. Every Last Word by Tamara Ireland Stone. She came out with another book recently, like, We Do Not Know. I don't even know. But I am personally offended by this book and by this author. I think, I don't think the author's a bad person. I like that she brought attention to OCD, because this book is about a girl with OCD, and I picked it up thinking, oh my gosh, I have OCD. Relatable, you know, but no. This book was probably my least favorite of last year, beating Everything, and that book's over here. I can't stand Everything, but this book, honestly, since it had more of it felt more like a personal attack towards me, I just don't like it more, you know, it's too bad. The reasons why I didn't like it was that, or why it's my least favorite book of all time, is that the person who wrote this, the author, Mrs. Stone, she doesn't have OCD, and she has like a little author's note or a little thing in the back saying, you know, I think it was a family friend's daughter who, it was someone that she knew, like this 12, 13-year-old girl who had OCD, and she was talking about, and she wanted to write a book about how it feels, and she asked this girl, like, about how it is, and I'm not trying to say that an author can't write about something they don't have, because, I mean, 5 Feet Apart, that's about 2 people with cystic fibrosis and one with bispecia, and the author obviously doesn't have either one of those things, because she probably would have mentioned that. And she wrote about that, but she obviously did a lot of research and all of that. And this book, I have OCD, and I know what it's like, and I have friends who also have OCD, or I at least have one, and it's not at all like this book describes it to be. It's a false representation of a serious mental illness, and that personally kind of hits home for me, because it's mine. Like, OCD is my, I'm not going to call it my mental illness, because that sounds wrong to me, but it's my condition, or it's something that I have to deal with on a daily basis, and you took it, and you just kind of, you said all these false things about it, and you portrayed it really badly. I do like and appreciate that it brought light to OCD, and a lot of, I'm in the very unpopular opinion. For the most part, people rate this 4 or 5 stars, and I gave it 1. And if I could give it 0, I would. I'm glad that they were able to relate to it. It's just that the thought spirals that are described in Turtles All the Way Down by John Green are just not even really in here. In here, it's more about the compulsions, like the things that you can see, which makes sense since the author doesn't have it, and it makes sense that the author wouldn't really know how to portray the inside part if she doesn't have it. So, yeah, personal attack. Sorry to kind of leave this on not a ranty note, but a really, kind of sad note, because this book made me really angry and upset, and I'm still angry and upset about it. Alright, well, that was the book tag. I hope it wasn't super long, because I've been making a lot of long videos lately because of my book reviews, and I didn't want to do another book review, because I actually could, because I finished another book that I really want to talk about, but I didn't want to keep just uploading book reviews every single week. I want to do something else, and I want to do my after trailer thing, but sometimes opportunities don't come. So anyway, I hope all of you have a wonderful spring break. I'm on spring break right now, so I should be having more regular uploads. I will talk to all of you later. Love you lots. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!